I think there's a mix up here, and I want to plead with the disability community. We are not here to discuss disability bill. This is not disability bill. Just like you have said, is Comrade Folari still in the house? That bill, he said that bill was passed. I don't have that information. I don't have a bill, a law that I can relate to it. If I have a law that I can relate to it, I will work on it. But I don't have that copy of law. But now we are here today, and we are here to speak to what is on ground. I am sorry, I'm like a dog, a former legislator, and now in the executive arm. We are here to speak to the DEI bill. And the DEI bill is not about the disability community. It is way, way bigger than the disability community. One of the things that is being mixed up, I don't want to speak to this, and that is why I was pleading that they should take everyone before I speak, so that it won't seem as if I am here to defend anything or to change someone's mind. We are here to take your contributions. If the disability community says they don't want to be part of DEI, fine. That is what I will support. But the issue of inclusion is bigger than disability community. And when I am speaking, I will read all that out. When they say vulnerable people, it is not only the disability community that are vulnerable. We are trying to identify everywhere where disability comes in here. If you don't want to be part of it, all those clauses will be expunged. And we will still plead with the House to go on with the passage of this bill. So please, don't make it, you are saying you have waited 8 years. This is not disability bill. If it is the disability bill, we won't be having a public hearing. Public hearing is only held towards a new bill that is about to be passed. You have the copy of the bill. That is why we asked for your memoranda, so that the House would have been able to go over it. We asked everybody. Message was sent out. Submit your contributions so that we can pass it across to the honorable members. They would have taken their time to read all these that you are presenting here. And they will now be speaking to those things that you are now presenting here. You are meant to have submitted those ahead. That's the way it is done. Unfortunately, I love that community. But unfortunately, I am equally aware that today is a very tight one for everybody, not just for the legislators. Even as I am still seated, we have other functions that binds us together. But because of the love and the respect they have for you, that is why they are going on with this. Ordinarily, they can move it. But very soon, budgets will start. And we want them to complete this in this current year, if possible. So please, we are misinterpreting this whole thing. This has not come in any way to replace the disability law. The disability law is the disability law. At the moment, we are working on Women Economic Empowerment Trust Fund. But we are still talking about women empowerment here. It do not hinder each other. They are two totally different things. So don't let's mix it up. But like I said, if you don't want to be part of it, I will plead with my honorable members that everything that has to do with disability here should be expunged. Yes, I said if you are not pleased, are we listening at all? If you don't want to be part of it, because I've gotten that information, I will always stand with you. I will always stand by you. It is whatever you want that I'm going to support. If you don't want to be part of this, we will expunge anything that has to do with disability law. It will still remain DEI bill, because inclusion is not limited to the persons with disability community. Thank you. Of the House, the Speaker in absentia, the Deputy Speaker of the House, all the principal officers here present, all distinguished members of the House, different civil societies, NGOs, clusters that are here present here. Everyone, good afternoon. Once again, I want to appreciate the House for their forward thinking, for the way they've been, their responsiveness towards, well, let me say towards my own ministry, not my ministry, our ministry, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. We appreciate you. We say thank you to you for the good work you are doing. Once again, I stand to speak on this bill that we are all here for today. I want to establish again that DEI bill doesn't have anything to do with the disability bill. One do not erode the other. The disability bill, as said, has been passed. There's something we call domestication. But when you want to do a lazy man's job, you just take everything without looking into it and you pass it into law. And it becomes it's very difficult to implement in your state. Domestication is meant to look into it and say, oh, this we can establish in our state, this we can do, and make it your own and own it. I think that was not done at the point of passing that bill. And work is still ongoing on it. If I say I don't have it, I cannot speak to it. It's because that bill, yes, it has been passed, but it has not been gazetted and it cannot be acted on. We will continue to give necessary support to see how it can be amended so that it can become a practicable and implementable document in Ogun State. Mr. Comrade Folari, I think that is taken, sir. Mr. Yinka talked about the name of the bill, maybe it should be changed. And I had to ask myself, what is DEI? DEI means diversity, equity, and inclusion. And if we have to go by the dictionary, what is diversity? It means including or involving people from a range of different social and ethnic backgrounds and of different gender, sexual orientations, and all that. Equity, the quality of being fair and just, especially in a way that takes account of and seeks to address existing inequalities. While I says the practice or policy of providing equal access to opportunities and resources. Yes, it concerns people with disabilities, marginalized people, and the minority groups. And that is why I said, even the inclusion that the disability community is speaking to is way bigger than their community. It involves other groups too. Now, talking about LGBTQ, Nigeria, we have our own constitution. Our constitution, everything that means Nigeria frowns at LGBTQ. So there is absolutely no way anyone will come when in Nigeria we have said no to it. There is no law establishing that you will now say, Onini Lutio Basofin Eshe Osimbe. Our laws frowns at such. We have even been offered goodies that were hinged on passing that. But we said no. So nobody will now come and say because we are using DEI that it affects us. So please let your mind be at rest. So the issue of changing the heading of the bill, I don't think there is need for that. When you talk about vulnerables, it means when you are exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed. So we are still saying it is not limited to the disability community. The issue of ramp, someone came to my office and said, the way to your office have changed. I believe in we practicing what we preach. I know that the way to my office do not give access to PWDs. So I had to swing into action and said, break this, do this, do this, so that at least they have unfettered access to my office just like others. Even if you have to do that as a motion for now. And that is what we are saying. The fact that they are going to put it as motion and pass it, do not take away the fact that it still has to be part of a law for it to be sustained, for it to be institutionalized. But we are looking for a short way. Honorable members, please, we'll be glad if that is the only thing that we are taking out of this place today, that you do a motion for us that all public buildings should have a ramp and should have access for persons with disabilities. I want to sincerely appreciate every one of you for being part of this. By God's grace, when Ogun State is going to be better, when that disability bill is going to be passed into, when it's going to be amended and it will be implementable, we will all be witnesses to it and we will all celebrate it together. Thank you so much.